Hey, welcome back again to Tuesday Night Live. I'm the car hauling dispatcher, and you're watching Auto Transport Intel. I hope you like my intro there. Still working on it, but I kind of like that. It's got old school footage and then new school footage. And because, you know what, what school is this now? It's old school, new school meets old school, new school trying to change old school. All right, so I am a dispatcher, and I created this show as a forum, a video forum, for the car hauling ecosystem. So that's what Auto Transport Intel is. Now, I'm also the switcher here on my live show, so bear with me while I rearrange the screen. Awesome. So, alright, so that's my site, and you are watching the live stream, and I go live every Tuesday night for about an hour. The show's like an hour and a quarter long, and I always invite you to join in the live chat. Big Rob, what's up? Clarksville Trucking, Dave, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the show. And whether you chat or whether you just hang out and watch for an hour, that's totally cool. And then maybe if you consume this later, I know some of my fans are, you know, they're not watching live, they're checking it out later. Maybe you're driving, you know, there's all kinds of things you could be doing right now. And so that's one of the reasons I also try to do the show, is I know that, I mean, for a driver to do a 1 hour live show every week with, you know, some production value or whatever would be really difficult. So this is for the carrier. I mean, this show is pro carrier. Even though the ecosystem has dealers, auctions, brokers, residents, insurance agents, truck manufacturers, suppliers, I mean, you name it. There's so many folks in the car hauling ecosystem. I mean, I am pro car hauler, which I mean, I'll tell you, booking cars, I mean, today was really tough. It started with, at 7:30, I saw this pretty good load for this guy, and I called it. I left a voicemail. I found another number. I sent an email, and I'm calling, and I'm like, man, I'm bugging these people. If they're not open yet, it's not even 8 o'clock. So I call again at like 8:01, 8:02. The phone was busy. I call again at 8:05, and they said, oh yeah, no, that load's already gone. We just dispatched it. And I said, oh, cool, you dispatched it to me, obviously, because I've been pelting you with my information. No, we didn't. Straight face, no emotion, no concern at all. So, really? So, I mean, I worked pretty hard to hound you. I know I don't deserve that load, but that's what it's like being a car hauler. It's hard, right? So, Trey's Beesh. Cool, man. Hey, Jay, it's been a while. Yeah, I recognize your name. I probably butchered it, but I do recognize. So thanks for joining. I've been busy with transition, leaving the military. Cool. Okay. Well, welcome to the show, and thanks for saying hello. And Janine, thanks for saying hello. I got your email, responded to you. That was cool. If you want to send me an email, Janine can tell you that I will reply, although maybe with some 24-hour 36-hour delay, so sorry about that, Janine. But yeah, autotransportintel@gmail.com. You can send me an email. And Rithy Mac, I've gotten your email. Hey, Rithy, thanks for joining the show. Acme Transport, Jay, how many weeks straight? Okay, this is, yeah, dude, thank you. This is the 11th week in a row, and it's not my first time doing a show series, but it's the first time I've done it in car hauling. It's the first time I've done it anytime recently, so I'm really excited. This is pretty cool. This is really cool what's happening. So I appreciate every viewer, every share, every like, and every comment. So, and subscription. Thank you, Acme. I appreciate that. And Jose, welcome back to the show. Awesome. How are you doing? It's great to hear from you, man. So this is great. This is really great. I know there's only 12 of us right now, so it's more like a small conference room. But I've been in conference room meetings of, you know, 4 or less people. And in fact, I've been a part of Friday socials of 4 or less people. So And you're welcome for the shout out. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining the live chat. So we've got actually just in just a few minutes, we got our first live guest of the night. I'll wait until I call him, and then we'll talk about what he's got going on. But I do want to mention, obviously, I've got the blog, so feel free to do your Christmas shopping. Go to autotransportintel.com. Okay. Go to autotransportintel.com, and then you can click on any of my news articles, blogs, what have you, and just go ahead and click on view video info. Go inside the blog. I know, shameless promotion, but I need it. I need the support. And if you go into the blog and you see these Amazon advertising links, just click on it, do your Christmas shopping, buy whatever you want, and hopefully I get a percentage of a portion of a fraction of a trickle down, some kind of help. So that'd be great. Anything I get will go back into the show. And so what's in the news? Obviously ELD is in the news, right? What's the countdown? 5 days? Oh man, that is brutal. So like, that's no joke. This is kind of cool, is that if you don't know this, there's this guy, Indiana State Trooper Brent Hoover, is doing a live Facebook feed often, and I don't know how often, and he replied to one of my comments, but my point is that as far as he's concerned, and he's talking to other DOT inspection officers and state police or what have you, that, you know, they're going to expect drivers to have an ELD device in 5 days. And if you are inspected, an officer has the option of, if you don't have an ELD in your truck, that he is going to consider you not even keeping a log. It's as if the paper log doesn't count anymore soon. So none of this is legal language. I could be wrong about anything at any time, but that's the rumor. So, I mean, go with it. I know that a lot of people ask, well, am I exempt? I mean, who's exempt? It has nothing to do with your CDL. It doesn't have to do with the weight of your truck or any of that stuff. There's only a few exemptions. If you work less than 8 days out of a 30-day period, which most people in car hauling work more than an 8-day out of a 30-day period because it's that type of industry. If your truck is manufactured before 2000, and there's specific rules there, you could study that. And then drivers who conduct the driveway towaway operations, and this is the FMCSA website, and they seem to repeat themselves. So maybe you just say that to the officer, you know, I couldn't figure out if I was exempt because there was repetitive information and I got confused. So, you know what? I don't know. And by the way, on that, DriveWise, you know about DriveWise, check it out, drivewise.com, and make sure you don't avoid the scales and get yourself into worse trouble. You know, just get compliant, easy said, easy done. So let's go ahead and let's call Stan at CarShipIO. He's our first guest tonight. See what he's doing. Okay, and I got 16 minutes to my ELD break, so I'm on duty. CarShipIO is a software load management tool. Hey Stan, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Can somebody chat if you can hear me and Stan okay? While we start talking. So welcome to Auto Transport Intel, Stan.
Are we live already?
We're live, dude.
All right, cool. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time. It's after 8 Central Time on a Tuesday night. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff you could be doing, so thanks for taking the time with me.
No problem.
Cool. So, yeah, man. Well, it's my pleasure. Oh, barely. Let's see here. I'm going to turn. Okay, so, okay, Dave, you can hear him? You can hear me okay? Hey, Stan, give me a check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
loud. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, Stan? What is CarShipIO?
Okay, so CarShipIO is a platform designed specifically for car haulers with a small company in mind. Typical companies, 1 to 3 trucks in the industry. So that's been a goal is to help little companies, smaller companies grow, establish a good platform, a good process that a lot of companies need, and then it provides various digital tools to help you manage the entire process from start to finish. From getting loads, importing loads from various sources. We support over 25 different load boards and brokers that you can import from, and then dispatching loads to trucks or drivers if you are the company with multiple trucks, and if you're the owner operator, just having it on your mobile phone, so you have a driver app that allows you to complete the entire process paperlessly, so run the phone or tablet. And then, again, depending on the scenario, if you're the owner operator, you can invoice right away from the phone, or later when you get in office. But bottom line, everything is tracked, everything is monitored. You are in control. If you're the owner operator, you know exactly what you've delivered to whom, when. I have digital records of everything, and most importantly, not only do you get track of your paperwork, you have track of all of your numbers, because you're in business of making money, hopefully, right, and not losing and not getting out of the business anytime soon. So you get to see all your numbers, keep track of your expenses, see who owes you money, how long they have not been paying you, who you not need to deal with anymore or avoid as a broker, for example, with brokers or dealers perhaps. But things like not knowing where your money going is virtually impossible if you're using CarShipIO correctly, because there's tools to help you in different scenarios.
That's cool, man. So we're talking about a mobile app to pick up and deliver cars, tied into a dashboard to manage your loads, and then you get feedback about how your business is doing through your dashboard. Is that right?
Yes, you have a lot of reports to help you analyze whether weekly, monthly, quarterly, what you're doing. Yeah, you can slice and dice data, super fast search. You can see stuff real fast. Search records. You have complete history of all your work, and all of your customer has a pretty cool database of your customer, which is important if you don't want to just rely on Central, but perhaps you want to go around and give out your business card, and then you care about your customers more and more, and then you nurture them, and then you need to see the history of work you've done with them. That also available.
That's awesome. Did you know that in the chat line we got Hotshot Dave says he uses CarShipIO?
Okay. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess in the chat line, if anyone's got any specific questions, Hotshot Dave can take them. That is really cool.
Yeah, and I can answer the questions as well. I'm not sure if I can do it live as I'm talking, but perhaps after.
Exactly. Well, number one, when it comes to, like I pulled up before I called you, I pulled up DriveWise, and you see it on the screen, but it's nice to be able to talk to somebody. That's why I wanted to get you on the phone and talk to you, because basically, like if I have questions, I can contact you, right, and get answers to my questions.
You mean if you're the customer or a potential customer?
Yeah, let's say I'm a potential customer and you do demos and things like that, right?
Sure. We not only do demos, we answer questions. A lot of people call us who are just getting started, and we even answer questions or direct them to blog posts or some resources about getting started. But also, we definitely talk about the benefits of our system, trying to find out what people are looking for and what they need, what's the current situation, what's the current process. And once people sign up, we do the live demo. We spend as much time as company or a person needs, and then we also coach or train. It's included at no cost. It's free. So everyone who's signed up with us Don't have to be afraid or think it's too complicated or or I don't need this. I'm not going to learn it or anything like that. We provide all the assistance and help needed, and it's really easy to use. But we also basically handhold everyone and coach and guide and train, if you will, on board basically.
Okay, got a couple good questions here. You can import loads off Central Dispatch and other load boards, right? Just click a button.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then and then just as far as the load board, here the question came about the load board. So go ahead.
What's the question?
Well, as far as you were gonna answer about importing loads, and then the next question was, is it a load board?
So it's not advertised as a load board. We do have something better than a load board. So yes, we do have a load board. We call it the marketplace. It works more closer to what I think Ready does versus Central Dispatch. Not as far as us being a broker, but as far as you getting the loads that you want without calling anyone, right? So it's kind of like, okay, search, I click, I get it, a type of thing. So you definitely save a lot of time. We do not have a lot of loads yet. We have just a few hundreds of loads, but It's growing every week. We also have a broker software, so we have broker customers and some of the dealer customers.
Nice.
Shipper customers that joining on. So we have some direct loads coming in from customers directly. So there's more and more loads. Load board is included at no cost right now. There's no additional fee. So if you're the owner operator, for example, everything that you get on the website, all the features, including load board, is just $39 a month, one truck.
Wow. That's a really good deal. So let's say I'm new to this. I'm not sure if I'm ready to sign up. Can I sign up and at least be a part of the load board without the monthly subscription?
Sure. If that's the only thing you're looking for, yes, we'll activate your account for just the marketplace. You will not have access to the platform, all the tools, and the driver app, for example. But yes, you can just search for loads and bid for them and get them, right? So that will be included at no cost right now.
Dude, that's awesome. So I'm looking at the time. I'm gonna do this. I got 7 minutes on my ELD break, which I have to keep. But even though it's not a real ELD, but I'm gonna try and live like the car hauler lives. And I think I'm gonna try and get like an ankle bracelet ELD, because to me that really symbolizes how it really feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So until that time, I mean, I've got, what's really cool? Hotshot Dave says that you have the best customer service he's ever seen. How does it feel to hear that kind of feedback? That's awesome feedback.
Thanks to hear that. I mean, we do go above and beyond, and it sounds cliche, but we're a small company, so small team. We're a technology company. We're not, and we're growing this product organically. We build it, we maintain it, we grow it, we listen to feedback. We are not, retired brokers. We decided to hire an Indian company and for $10,000 and build quick product and then sell it 4 or 5 years later. We're actually building and improving it daily. So for what you're paying, you're getting upgrade, or if you will, you're getting upgrade, or you're getting improved product every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
That's awesome. Now, as far as, so I could be, I mean, you could just be a one truck, let's say you're a husband-wife team, right? Yep. Husband drives, wife dispatches, so that he wants the loads on his app. So instead of texting and emailing and calling and all those updates, the wife books the loads and then easily imports the loads into the dashboard, assigns it to the mobile app, and that's all for $39 a month. Is that right?
Exactly. That's the most common scenario is a husband or a boyfriend running and a girlfriend or wife or somebody helping in the office or a home office. Yes. So yes, $39 a month. So typically, person in the office would be probably dispatching, looking for loads of various load boards, import them into CarShipIO, no matter where they got them from. The driver or husband in this case would get them on his app, She can arrange and build a trip for him, actually arrange the stops. It's really detailed. It's allowing the dispatcher to arrange the stops in a specific order, so basically plan a route. So the driver doesn't have to spend a minute of his time figuring out where he needs to go next, or review the emails that he got, open all the dispatch sheets from Central Dispatch and look at the addresses and punch them in the GPS and all that. It's something that people take for granted, do that every day, but and they don't think they're wasting time or spending time perhaps, but they do.
Oh, yeah.
If this is done on a bigger screen, arranging the loads or stops in a specific order, basically building in the most optimal route for the driver, that's all included, right? So the driver then knows exactly where he needs to go. He gets access to all the docs, right? So if there's
Oh, that's right. You can attach documents.
Release. Yeah, there's auction release, Word documents, manifests, whatever. And then driver gets everything on app, completes electronic inspection on a diagram or taking pictures, marking damages right on them on the phone or tablet, getting customer to sign, and that in turn creates electronic BOL immediately, which can be used with an invoice or invoice. And invoices takes a few seconds, 2 clicks, invoices out, and our system will monitor, right? Like I said, that's really important aspect is it will let the company or the driver, the wife, whoever takes care of billing know that, hey, this company didn't pay or they're late by 5 days, and our system even has, so CarShip even will remind your broker or the dealer that they're late on your invoice automatically for you, so you don't have to, it's really, there's a lot of automation built in.
That is awesome. Because those are some of the biggest problems are brokers want to know where their car is. So this helps you. Can you actually tie into the broker? What if a broker says, "Hey, can I get an automatic update from your system?" What would you say to a broker how this will benefit them as far as the carrier side?
So brokers or whoever is either receiving or sending cars, either consignee, shipper, receiver, they get notification. That's also included, right? So automatic notification.
Nice.
Great looking email comes into your customer's mailbox. They know exactly when you picked up the car, when you delivered. So if the broker, they would know picked up and delivered. If you're a receiver person, you would know the car is picked up. Maybe you're in Florida and expecting a car from New York. You do want to know that it's been picked up. And you don't want to, call the carrier and having him not answer the phone. A lot of guys are busy. They're not great at answering phone on time. Customers get frustrated. If you care about, having a customer base, so every little thing that helps you keep that customer as a repeat customer later on, boosts your business going forward. So those automations are really, really key aspect. We had them since the beginning, since the very first launch of 2014. We had those automation notifications. Now customers also get tracking page. They can see a progress from start to finish. They can even see the truck last known location on the map as well. So if the driver is using driver app, there's some delay built in, but it will show a customer, so it gives them a better, peace of mind knowing that, he's almost there, type thing.
Wow. And then for, once you get into more trucks, let's say you've got a small fleet, you can manage trips and you can really get a lot of business reporting to show what lanes are profitable and those things too, right?
Exactly, yeah. Bigger fleets with 4 to 5 trucks or more have a lot more. So a lot of things are included for everyone. Some of the things available for bigger fleets, but bigger fleets have extra abilities to do certain things as far as analyzing the data and looking at loads in different ways, better reports, different reports, or more reports. They can analyze definitely data, see who's the best driver, right? Which is the worst truck,
right?
What's the lane that's paying? Who's the worst customer? Who's the best customer? Type thing. So
that's
those
awesome.
answers, those questions answered immediately almost. There's like click away and you get an answer depending on what you're looking for.
Oh man, well I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. My ELD says that it's time to stop working. So I need to do that. But I was going to say anyways, there's some great comments coming in about how So for a small monthly fee, it'll tell my husband where to go and what to do. Pina colada time. And she really likes the emphasis on customer relations. So I wanted to make sure that we talked during my live show because it's really an impressive product. And rather than just hearing about this website where maybe you can get some help, it seems to me that people should definitely contact you, get a demo, and just find out how much help it really is.
So, sounds good. So
yeah,
we would welcome everyone signing up or learning more about it. We would definitely answer any questions.
And last thing, do you have, if somebody calls you and says, "Hey, I heard about CarShipIO on Auto Transport Intel," is there anything special you can do for them?
Sure, no problem. If somebody answers or refers the show, we can double the free trial. So normal free trial is 15 days. We'll definitely do, just as part of this show today, double the free trial. So we'll give a month free to anyone. And then perhaps in the future we can throw in some more perks to your listeners. But right now, that's definitely something we can do.
Awesome. Yeah, a month free is awesome. So that is great, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for offering that to Auto Transport Intel listeners. And keep in touch, okay?
All right, thanks, Jay.
All right, cool, man. Take care.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right, you too. Bye. Well, I'm definitely gonna get I know I'm gonna be in violation for that. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and project that. Okay, so I'm on ELD break. So this is a perfect time when you get down and you're disappointed at your ELD break. Just drink the ELD Kool-Aid. Oh, man, that is good Kool-Aid. You know what? My ELD already seems better. Way better, actually. It's just that you have to keep drinking the Kool-Aid to believe that. See, I'm getting negative. See? Negativity means Kool-Aid time. Oh, I feel so much better, actually. That is great, man. That really works. So, anyways, I'm on my ELD break here. And because I started my break late, I'm sure there's a penalty there. So I not only have to pay the penalties and fines, but then I'm sure there's some kind of time penalty. Then I think there's a moral penalty. And then there's the shame and disgust and hatred and self-loathing that comes with it. So that's going to cost me. So I guess a minute and a half will do it. All right. So let's go ahead and pause that and get that out of the way. Okay. I just took my... dude, I did my ELD break during with CarShipIO on the screen. So it's not his fault. Drive-wise, we went through... Oh, man, I haven't even looked for a route. Does anybody have a route? Promo code Auto Transport Intel. Nice, Dave. That is awesome. Color of money. Does anyone have problems with fake negative ratings on the boards, and how do you dispute it? Okay, I've been here. Now, since I'm not a driver, I don't have my own central dispatch account per se, but I know how to get into the accounts because I'm a dispatcher. All right, so if you get a negative rating and you need to dispute it, let's go ahead and just do that. There. Okay, so what you need to do is this. If you get a negative rating, number one, you need to dispute it right away. Okay, and some of this advice, this goes for, in life, right? If you have a dispute, you got to take it head on as soon as possible, right? We've seen that in the news a lot lately. So you get a dispute, you get a negative rating. It doesn't matter if it's true or false, dispute it, because anything can be argued. Okay, that's number one. Central Dispatch is good about reading disputes and you know, making sure that at least you get a fair shake on whether or not you deserve a negative rating. And then not only do you dispute right away, but give all possible facts and evidence as to why it isn't true. Like maybe you were late, but maybe there's a good reason. So argue your point. Maybe there was an accident. Maybe the car wasn't paid for. Maybe you didn't have all the information. There's a lot of room for error, so dispute it right away. Then Central Dispatch goes through a process of looking at the broker's reasoning and then the carrier's reasoning, and it seems to me that Central Dispatch actually errs on the side of the carrier because they don't want you to have a negative rating for an unjust reason. Now, if you end up with a negative, let's say you got a negative, let's say you weren't aware of that process and you now have a negative rating, contact the broker, apologize, and see what you can do to fix it. In fact, send me an email and I'll see if I can consult you to help you through this, because I have successfully removed many negative ratings. I've done it for companies, I've done it for carriers, because anything can be discussed after the fact. Nothing needs to be in stone. And so yeah, so that's my advice. Let me know if I can help you with that. It's not something I want to get entrenched in, but again, I'm for the carrier. The carriers have a lot to deal with, and now they have ELDs to deal with, and it's just not fair. So, what else we got? I needed Wichita Falls, Texas to KC. What about Wichita Falls to, say, Denver? Okay. Jay, is there any way to contact you? I want to discuss a couple things. Yes, Dave. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Nashville to Fort Smith, Arkansas. Dave. Hey, man. Okay, so let's see here. We got Texas to Colorado, which actually, I worked for a guy. We did a lot of Texas, Colorado, back and forth, and throwing some Kansas, throwing some Oklahoma. It actually can be a pretty good running lane, which is why I prefer a smaller carrier like 5 and under as a dispatcher. The fuller carriers get tougher to book for, and actually, next week, I hope next week that I'm gonna have a dispatch service on as my 810 interview. I got another one coming up in. We're gonna call somebody in about 20 minutes to say hello. But there are dispatch services out there that can, if you're a 9-car carrier, I'm not available for you, and you're looking for a dispatcher, I think I've got a good recommendation for you now. So, and that goes for, man, if you're an insurance agent, small dealership, repair shop, and you are interested in reaching out to more carriers, Auto Transport Intel is proving to be a reasonable option to talk to carriers in the live chat. And then also, seems like a lot more people watch the show after the fact, but we'll get the live viewership up. Austin's looking pretty good right now, man. You said Wichita Falls. That's too bad. I do like Austin, San Antonio. If you can ever maybe rubber band down to those cities and then go up, and then you just stop in Wichita Falls in between. Although Wichita Falls, I know, is northwest of Dallas, so that may not work. And, I mean, I'm looking at... Did you see that I did Texas to Colorado? I didn't do it by city, because I like to see what cities are really hitting as far as loads are concerned. We're seeing San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, Houston to Vegas is something we're looking for. Blurry, Jay, I know, man. Listen... I need to get a new camera. My camera crapped out, and I've ordered one, so it's on the way. So, look at that, man. Houston to Denver, 5 vehicles, 1 pick, 1 drop. Accelerated Services, that is definitely a company to get signed up with. I did create a list of brokers that I recommend you get signed up with. I'm going to show you that list while I talk about it. Dallas and Arlington, yeah. You can find the list. Go to Auto Transport Intel and look at Part 2, Steps 11 through 20. And is my 850 early? All right, well, hang on. Let's see what I got. Hey, is this Serge?
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
This isn't Serge, is it? No.
Who is this? This is JD. You follow. That's EAFU. ALA.
Okay, JD.
Who's this?
This is Jay again.
J what?
I'm the car hauling dispatcher, man. You're calling my show.
Oh, hell, I didn't mean to call you. I was getting ready to go to bed. Hold on a minute. Hon, can you put your clothes back on real quick? Sorry about that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
What can I do for you, JD? What's happening?
probably bug dialed you more than anything.
What?
Oh, these damn phones these days. You bug dial, put it in your back pocket. Next thing you know, you're calling everybody and they're hearing you fart.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You're the perfect person to ask. Do you have your ELD, JD?
I ain't doing that shit. Is this adult channel or something? No, I'll tell you what I'm upset about right now, though. I read an article there in the old heavy-duty trucking magazine.
Oh, yeah, the ones at the truck stops. I love those.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I stole it out of the doctor's office. I was sitting there. I wonder why the hell they had it, but I was sitting there getting my annual blood work done, you know.
Okay.
But anyway, they was in there, and I guess apparently they're going to try to start paying drivers by the hour because of this whole ELD business.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I was reading that.
Can you believe that? That's the biggest pile of dog trash I've ever seen anywhere.
Paying.
Go beat somebody's ass over this bill.
Paying.
Paid by the mile.
Right, you get paid by. That's traditionally how drivers get paid, by the mile, right?
Well, unless you're in the car hauling business, which I'm a car hauler, right?
You are. Yeah, I got that feeling.
Well, I'll tell you what I get paid. I get paid by the load. Okay, I get a commission. So if my load the load pays $1,000, I get $250 of it.
But now you're going to get paid by the hours, which is that what you're saying?
Right. And here's the biggest problem I got with it, Jay. I'll tell you right now. I don't know how many hours you can drive and how many hours you can be on duty not driving. Okay, so you're going to pay me for drive time, or you're going to pay me for the whole drive plus the on duty not driving. And then what are you going to pay me per hour?
I don't know. The lowest thing I can.
You'll be finding a new damn car hauler, okay?
Well, luckily I'm not paying the bills. Wait till the residents hear about this.
Wait till the who?
Residents?
Was there some kind of new rock band or something?
Right. I knew it wasn't going to make any sense.
Residents. The movie?
Well,
Some kind of evil twisted movie in the dark side or something?
Kind of. I've talked to several residents lately that some are really nice and some are just crazy.
You're talking about them damn snowbirds, aren't you?
Yeah, well,
Residents.
snow.
I don't know that shit.
You don't do POV?
No, just pornography videos that I make at home. Honey, I told you I'd be there in a minute.
That's not what we're talking about, JD. It's not video on demand. We're talking about personally owned vehicles.
No, this isn't on live, is it?
Yeah, I'm live right now.
Oh, fuck.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, man. Honey, I didn't say a word about it, okay? Just go to bed. I'll be there in a minute.
So you're at home now? You're not on the road?
Well, hell no. I told my boss, I said, you figure out what you're going to pay me per hour before I dare get in that truck again, son of a bitch.
This is a
Think you're
family
gonna be
show.
able to pay car haulers by the hour? Really?
He said that? No.
One of two things going to happen. There ain't going to be no more car haulers. They're going to go to this Elon Musk electric truck that drives itself. I'd like to see them load the automated cars by themselves.
Yeah, Elon Musk is all about driverless trucks. What do you think of that?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly where this
this same magazine I'm telling you about, this heavy duty trucking, whatever it is. And you turn the page and you start reading about the shortage of drivers. So there's a shortage of drivers, and now they want to pay drivers by the hour. I think what they're really saying is, why don't you truck drivers just go back to your house, collect unemployment, welfare, food stamps, and maybe get in hooked up with a HUD, pay your house payment too.
Oh, yeah.
Electronic trucks that drive themselves.
Yeah.
Good for everybody, you know.
Right. Well, you know, you just made me think of one of the things I wanted to talk about was car buying apps, you know, because people think that they can just go on their phones, click some buttons, and get their car, right?
Well, like a vending machine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I've got a list here of 10 apps. You got Used Car Search Pro, CarMax, Auto Trader, Edmunds.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right, so, and then you've got Kelley Blue Book, True Car, and you see the commercials on TV, so people are like, oh, yeah, you know, I put chicken in the microwave, get me a car, and then when I call as a dispatcher, and I try to, you know, have a conversation that the driver's going to be there, you know, like this evening, afternoon, they're like, well, I was told it'd be 10 a.m., and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know why you were told that, I don't know who told you that. But it's not, you know, just because you ordered your car with a button doesn't mean you get car delivery with a button.
Well, that's where I think you're wrong, Jay. You're not looking at it right, because you're going to pay these old boys by the hour to haul these cars around, and then ought to be able to figure out what time they're going to be there.
Well, technology is helpful. Certainly is helpful, although when we look at ELD, you know, there's some drivers saying, oh, man, I've been loving it for years. I'm like, really?
Well, I guess you want to know who started this business. Was old numbnuts there at the Grammar Industries. He told old Charlie Shorty Whittington back there a couple of years back at the big meeting that they was having for the ATA, which they should have run in the ATF, and done some ASS, KIKIN, kicking.
Oh, man. You're nuts, JD.
But anyway, they came up with this bright idea here. We'll just pay everybody by the hour. Might work if you're all in tankers.
Well, you know what? You know what's going to happen is corporations say, well, everybody else gets paid by the hour. Why not drivers?
Right. Well, guess what the next problem is? Okay. So these numbnuts at these big schools, they did this big study about how everybody gets crashed, you know, and how many big trucks do all the crashing because of driver fatigue, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's why.
290-mile stretch.
Yeah, that's why we have ELDs, because it's super safe, right? Super Kool-Aid.
Super safe, super Kool-Aid. But guess what? They found out in the study, this driver fatigue business was because there wasn't any place to park.
Well, there won't be anywhere to park.
You want to talk about nowhere to park? I ain't gonna be nowhere to park the damn trucks when everybody's taking a break, mandatory break at the same time. Oh, shit.
Hey, check this out. Hotshot Dave says Carvana will actually deliver the car to the customer. Carvana will actually deliver. Wait, Carvana has trucks?
Where you been, dude?
Does Carvana have...
You know who owns them, don't you?
Please tell me.
Well,
You're not going to make me guess, right?
Probably a subsidiary company of what everybody might know as Drive Time.
Drive Time?
Yeah, and they got all big and hopped up with guess who? Cars Arrive.
Okay.
Guess who owns Cars Arrive?
Okay.
Cars, K-A-R-S.
Right.
So if you go follow the money trail, that's what I've been telling you for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever thought about this, but
No.
maybe
Always got...
A-R-S owns Carvanas, get it?
All roads lead back to shame. I got it. Okay.
All roads lead back to who's got the most money.
Okay.
Got this K-A-R and this C-O-X, Cox, out here running around buying trucks and acting like they're all kinds of car haulers. They don't even know the difference between a strap and a chain.
Right.
Want me to strap that on or chain it on?
Right.
You want to put it on a high mount or you want to put it on a
So I'll tell you what, JD. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you one more minute. We're gonna wrap this up because I've got other news topics I've got to get to. In fact, I told a guy that I'd be calling him, so I got to do that too. Okay.
I think I'm just standing around naked in my underwear all day.
I would never suggest. I would never suggest it. But I'll tell you what. I got this news story.
I told you I'd be right there. Just hang on.
I think you'll be interested in this. Is that I got this email that talks about what's hot off the lots. Do I have your attention? Okay, so what's hot off the lots? You've got pickup trucks, crossovers. Yeah, pickup trucks, light-duty trucks, crossovers, small SUV, luxury SUV. So it's a lot of trucks and SUVs. I mean, the numbers don't lie, right?
No.
Right. You don't believe me.
No, I believe you right there. I can tell you right now, you better start telling all your fan base out there, all your little followers, that they better start buying these Stingers that can haul 5 or 6 trucks at a time, because that's all that's going to be starting. Everybody's going to think they need a truck now.
How many trucks can you get on a Stinger? Because don't you have some height, weight, and width restrictions?
Well, it depends on what kind of pajama boy you are. If you're a badass like me, I can put 6 of them things on there without any trouble. But if you're a little panty waist and you want your mama to give you $20 every day for beer and cigarettes, you might be able to get 3 on it.
I knew that you'd insult me again. I just knew it.
I don't think that was for you at all, unless you're standing around asking mom for $20 for beer and cigarettes every day.
It's funny because we got in the live chat they're talking about beer, so which sounds great to me. It's Tuesday night.
Go get a beer. All
Yeah.
you truckers out there on your ELD mandatory break, drink it up.
Yeah, man.
See you later.
Okay, man. You have a good one. You tell your wife hello.
Well, believe me, I will.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
All right, man. I don't know where that came from. You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God, JD. Whew. Oh man. Let's see here. Where am I? What am I talking about? What's in the live chat? You know, he has a habit of taking me out of the zone. All right. So, you know what I want to talk about is carpooling.com it's a new site. It's only been up for, maybe a week or two. And it's really a great idea. Carpooling services listed by state. Look at this information up here. Go to carpooling.com. I saw that on Facebook. Another great resource, autotransporteverything.com. You can go state by state and get information about auctions, phone numbers, carpoolers. So there's going to be some overlap there. Maybe the two can turn into great resources for each other. Another resource that I found out about, I get a lot of hotshot questions. So this tapatalk.com with groups, I don't know anything about it. So, check it out if you're looking at hotshotting. Let's see here. IAA and Copart. I wanted to mention, I used to be able to go to these sites. Well, Copart, I could log in and I could look at pictures of vehicles while I was booking them. So I'm on the phone with the broker talking about, hey, I'm going to book this load. I'm thinking it's a Copart car. Can I get the lot number, plug it in the site, and I could see pictures of the car. I have been able to do that lately. So if someone's able to do that, let me know, because I tell you what, I talked to IAA today. I called them. They don't allow you to do that. Now, they tell you if you want pictures of the car, ask the broker for them, because, that's so easy. And I say that because, when you're booking a car, you're short on time. You know that there probably is somebody else on hold. So if you take all the time to get the pictures, maybe they say they can't get the pictures right then. By the time you've sussed out whether or not you want the vehicle, someone else has already called and booked it. So I wish I could look online, but apparently I'm just not going to be able to do that. So when you got your winter jackets, right? It's cold outside. We're all wearing jackets. And you got the big metal zipper on the front, maybe on the arms. My buddy Don is saying, watch those zippers on your jackets. Try to get a jacket that doesn't have those zippers, if possible, or cover them up. Because now you're scratching the car, and now you're defeating the whole purpose of doing a good inspection at a rail yard in the evening, and now you've scratched it up. Now you just gone and done, you know, scratched up the car. So this picture is for Elena, and I'll tell you that story if we have time. But right now, let's call Serge. You know, this show is becoming kind of a, you know, a live call-in show, but the participation I like to see. You know, I like to see the live chat, get people on the phone.
Yes, hello there, Jay.
Hey, what's up, Serge?
Oh, I just pulled over for the night.
You did?
Yeah, what's up with you? I was tuning in. I'm listening, and how you're. Now I'm talking to you on the phone.
Dude.
How are you?
Great. I'm good, man. Where are you?
I'm in Connecticut.
As vultures tuning in.
I'm in Connecticut. Can you hear me good?
You're in Connecticut. Yeah, I got sidetracked by a live chat message about vultures tuning into my show, which is really interesting. So you're in Connecticut. All right, man. Let's go to the map, dude. Right? You know, it's interesting. When I'm at my dispatch desk, I am, you know, I'm looking at the map all day long, right? I'm looking at the map of where are, you know, what route is going to make the most sense. So I'm going to go to, what city are you near in Connecticut?
Let's see. I don't even know. I'll tell you one moment.
All right. I'm going to see if I can just start zooming in. Are you near major interstates?
I'm in Waterford.
Waterford. Let's
06385.
I wonder if that works. 06385 Waterford, Connecticut. There it comes up. Google is amazing, dude. Isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Like if
yep.
EL
Yeah, you could use the street view.
Yeah, exactly.
Zoom in and see if there's a sign that says no trucks, and then tell the customer I'm not pulling in there. Today I pulled in a spot. Okay, so I could give you the cross street, right? You could look this up. Could you put this on your screen? I'll tell you where it was today. Man, I took down a power line.
Oh, that's
probably it was a cable line.
Yeah, that's I
just didn't want to argue with the lady, and just said whatever. So I just pulled in the street. She's like, oh yeah, trucks go through here all the time. There's a truck on the other side of my block, a truck company. And so, sure enough, I start turning in, and there it says, a sign says, no heavy trucks.
Oh,
so
man.
I pull in the street, and it goes to a T, and her house is right at the end of the T. And I said, how am I going to make this left-hand turn when there's a telephone pole there? You know, and she's looking at my truck as if she's never seen an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Like, is this so I gave her BMW, and then I said, you and your friend are going to have to stop the traffic at the main street, and then I'll back in there. We'll back out, and on my way back, my trailer snagged one or two of the cable lines, and someone's out of cable in her neighborhood.
Wow. That's, you know what? See, and that's, your ELD doesn't allow for that, right? Like, according to the way life is supposed to work, is you drove in, you dropped the car, you drove out, and you're on your way. But no, you had to ask them to help you direct traffic. You had to check this power line in your way. It's right. How much more time did that take than you budgeted?
Well, no, this truck doesn't have ELD yet, and I don't know what I'm going to do next week. But,
that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Like I'm talking about it like it's already here, right? Because it's essentially, do you realize it's in 5 freaking days? Like by the time people watch this show, it'll already be ELD mandate time. There's only 13 people watching. So between me and you and the 13 people watching, that means 15 people are watching this show before ELD is actually in place. That's freaky, dude.
Wow.
I know. Like, and you don't even have one, and it's in 5 days.
Yeah, my boss said the company is where he ordered it from. They're taking too long to ship.
Ah, well, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I talked to Keep Truckin' last Tuesday night. They're awesome, man. 24-hour support. I'm telling you, if you can get 24-hour support for anything, right? It's like that's worth half the price of almost anything you could buy. Because, you know, you have problems. You need support. So they answered the phone, and we talked, and they said they're actually backed up already. They're back ordered. And that's Keep Truckin'. So, I mean, there's a bunch of other options, but do you want to just go with something expensive that doesn't even work that great? I mean, there's some really expensive options.
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
I know. I just keep making this thing sound better and better. But there's a cheap one called Blue Ink ELD, and you can get that for like $100 a year. So I know I didn't mean to call and bring bad news of ELD, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So you're in Waterford. What's the weather like, man?
It's clear. Oh, let's see. There's actually no snow on the ground. Just your, all the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are up, right?
Yep. And the sky is gray.
And the sky is gray. Cool.
Man, I'm so bummed out. This is kind of not a car hauler story, but
Okay.
this girl I've been dating for the longest time. Oh, I dated her since May. I met her in May, man.
That's me. You just made me I just hit my siren. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She got deported, man. Back to Ukraine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is crazy. She was doing breast cancer research. You know what I would do? Okay, I would, every time I get my confirmation and know where I go, I type in the same zip code in my dating app location, and then I would, every time I'd go to sleep while I'm, on my way there, I would message each girl in that town the same message. Let's go out on Thursday. Let's go out on Thursday. Let's go out. And so, out of 100 messages, like 10 will reply, and you'd actually, 3 of them would agree to go out, and
it's like
you pick the best one out of the 3, and
you left swipe that, right?
Yeah, and
Right.
Yeah, that's how I got to see a lot of sightseeing around town. And like I left the truck at the truck stop, and I paid for dinner, and she drove her car. So
What?
But yeah, this Ukrainian.
What is this? A
girl,
truck driving love story? Dude, hey, that's brilliant, man.
Dude,
Love over car hauling.
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Somebody called Lifetime. That's a movie. I needed my car moved, and he was like really sweet, and I was a little shy by the front of the hood, and he was really nice, and he loaded my car, and then he asked me out.
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, delivering cars, sometimes these women are a little too friendly. And
Oh, man. Oh, no. Don't you realize the climate right now, Serge? We're all going down for this.
Like I ask everybody how do they like living here? Wherever they live. They tell me about it. But this one woman once, she was like, "Oh, you got to go check out this lake. It's only like 5 minutes away. Before you load my car, let's go over there. I'll show it to you." And I was like, "What in the world?" And I was like, no, I got a couple other cars to pick up. I gotta go. So.
Wow. Yeah, maybe that could be the sequel. Is I was lonely, so I booked a car for transport. Anybody?
Yeah.
No. That'd be like, I think that'd be like a few people. That would go straight to VHS.
No, I think the only thing you'd get is like a DOT cop inspection.
Ooh, that's the third movie, Love at the DOT. I don't know. But,
Now, speaking of DOT and police, I collect their business cards, you know.
you do?
Yeah, each time there's a police encounter, man. Yeah, I mean, even the other day, the guy was kind of unhappy, but like I pulled through a toll booth, and you know my cab over truck is really wide, and my mirror slightly folded, my right mirror. So I pulled out of the toll booth, and I, you know, noticed my mirror is bad. So I just stopped right there in the right lane, you know, like there was no shoulder, and I just put my hazards on, and I go out, adjust my mirror, come back in, and before I know it, someone's flashing a flashlight from behind my truck, and then he's coming up on the right-hand side, and he's like trying to talk to me. I said, "I'm sorry, is this illegal conversation? I'm going to need your business card," and there's no lawyer present, so I don't know what to say. My lawyer doesn't like me to talk without him.
Wait, was that a video?
No, I didn't make a video on that.
I saw a video kind of like that you did, I think.
Really? Which one?
Dude.
Yeah, I like to do video with police and them.
And people like to watch videos with police in them. I mean, have you searched YouTube for videos with police officers? Oh my gosh, there's so many.
You know, how they throw drugs in black guys' cars. You know, I was like, you know, I'm a black guy too. So I'm a black guy at heart.
Oh man, everybody's a comedian.
You know, and I was like, you're gonna have to step back from my truck because, you know, you can either throw something in or slip and fall. I don't know.
Hey,
and you know, it's my insurance then if you fall on my truck.
Got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question. How many? Are there any license plates left that you don't have?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Oh man.
Like you're close, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm close. Wyoming.
I was gonna guess Wyoming.
Wyoming, Maine.
Wyoming, Maine.
I have New Hampshire. I think I have Vermont. No, I don't have a Vermont.
So, all right. So, Serge, you need Vermont, Maine, and Wyoming, right?
Yes. Delaware. I don't have Delaware.
Delaware.
No,
all right.
I do have Delaware.
Oh, you have
I do have Delaware.
So I'm gonna.
Washington D.C. That's what I need.
Washington D.C. So I'm gonna ask my audience if you can please get Serge a Wyoming, Delaware, Washington D.C. or Vermont license plate, because he's collecting. You go to what's your
mail it to my office. I'm never there, so
yeah.
If you come there,
Occasionally.
it's not a problem. But it's Serge the Car Hauler, 1001 East Cliff Road, Suite 100, Burnsville, Minnesota 55337.
So now I'm at.
That's where the God of Auto Transport lives, at that address.
Can I go to SergeTheCarHauler.com?
No, I don't have a website.
Okay.
I just have YouTube.
You have
Serge the
YouTube.
Car Hauler, and Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
But yeah, I should get a .com.
You know, may as well. Hey, Patrick says he sent you New York last year. That's awesome. Patrick Michael McCaldy sent you New York last year. Hey, Trey Beish has Hawaii. Do you have Hawaii?
Yes, I have a couple Hawaii for my dad.
Got Hawaii, okay.
He took off. He took a couple from a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, well.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, I cherish those lots because my dad's gone. He died 3 years ago. You know, so life is short.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So yeah, so we're drinking our hydraulic fluid now, huh? Doing our Illuminati conspiracy car hauling mastermind meeting online here.
Right. This is the.
And now you're contracting with the Soviet Russian mafia. Come with it. I have some machinery to show you.
Apparently, this is kind of like.
You may be interested.
This is like.
Wear gloves so you don't lose finger.
This is like the Oak Grove of car hauling.
Yeah.
Are you up on that, Oak Grove?
Yes, where Hillary Clinton dresses up like a yak at the bottom of a mountain.
Oh, you're
around a fire.
No, you're thinking of Ping Pong Pizza.
Oh, okay.
You know, right? Are you up on that? Are you up on what's the pizza? Pizzagate. Are you up on Pizzagate?
Oh, Pizzagate.
That stuff's crazy. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah, where you order stuff on through the email, a hot dog or a pizza or something.
I'm just gonna say this.
Be like a little boy.
You've got. No, you're talking about the Roy Moore campaign. That wasn't fair. No, I'm talking about. Have you seen the Katy Perry music video? About pizza. It's man, and then you go into that rabbit hole, and then you'll come out the other side looking at Las Vegas. Strangely, it's crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're really talking about deep stuff now.
See what I'm saying? You watch InfoWars?
Oh yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Exactly.
He's a good guy, but like, you can only take how should I say? I mean, really soft personality. You can only take that stuff like one little bite at a time, you know, and because it just can get depressing sometimes.
InfoWars is like InfoWars is like anchovies on your pizza, just occasionally.
Yeah. How about the Denver airport, man?
What's up with that? I don't know.
No, you don't know?
Denver airport? No. What's going on?
You got to research Denver airport. Just type in secret things of Denver airport. Apparently, it's built on top of like 5 bunkers. Where, okay, I'll tell you a couple stories, okay? I hauled reefer. If you search on my channel, actually, I named the video in Russian, so you won't be able to find it.
What?
In a reefer, I delivered a load to somewhere in the caves in Missouri. It's like a huge reefer warehouse in the cave underground, and it's like blocking the entrance to what many believe is a tunnel that connects to tunnels all across the United States, which also go to Denver and Denver Airport, and the airport's built on top of these bunkers where people could hide. Anyways, all the artwork inside the airport and like all the symbolism about the New World Order. They even have the horse of death as, you know, the statue of the horse of death, like, you know, how in Revelation, like, all these horses come out.
Wow.
They got that one horse. And the artist that built that horse died from the horse's head falling on him and severed his vein or something like that. Can you believe that? True fact.
That is nuts, man. I love it. You know, what's cool is, to bring this back around, I had a driver talking about, like he likes to listen to Coast when he's driving. Do you ever listen to Coast with Art Bell?
No, I should.
Oh, man. That is the jam when you're driving a long distance and it's late at night and he's talking about all this crazy stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. So
it made me think of when my transmission went out once on my Dodge. You know, since we're talking about this weird stuff, right? When I was just doing like a 2-car open on my Dodge Cummins, I'm driving through, it was, what was it, 57? Out there, just north of Galesburg, Illinois, through the cornfield, and it's pitch black. And for some reason, I'm just rolling down this interstate, and I just looking out my driver's window and just looking at the black cornfield. You know, it's so dark.
yeah.
And I see, and I think I seen like green light, and it wasn't like, it was like bright green light in the shape of like a prism from the sky. and it like pulsated like a few times in a second, and it lit up the whole field. That's it. And then I kind of like looked straight, and I was like, am I like falling asleep? Am I drowsy? Is it like way too late at night, or like what just happened, you know? And then my transmission broke because it ran out of oil.
Oh man, so isn't that rough? 1 minute you think you're seeing aliens, and the next minute you're dealing with something minute like a jack screw or some kind of just down to earth nitty gritty problem.
So the next day I got towed in, and at the towing shop, at the repair shop, I was watching Michael Jackson's death on TV in the lobby.
Oh,
the day Michael
wow.
Jackson died too.
Wow. And isn't that crazy? Like when you travel the US, between moments in time and geography and history, you know, you just get this total like meaning of life moment.
Yep. My transmission and Michael Jackson died.
Dude, my transmission and Michael Jackson died. That is crazy, dude. Somebody call a poet. Yeah.
So anyways,
Okay.
let's get down to business.
Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to hit... This is a perfect time to hit pause. And this will be a cliffhanger. Because I end my show at about 9:15. And you just said, let's get down to business. I'm going to leave that as the cliffhanger to our next phone call, which could be... I don't know if you're available. I do the show every Tuesday night. Do you know where you'll be next Tuesday night?
I'll probably be in Atlanta.
Okay.
Something like that.
Will you help me remember this cliffhanger and where we pick up at?
You got it.
Dude, that's awesome. Because what I'm going to do is I've got random... what I want you to do is I'm going to let you go off the phone. I got some random Facebook that I'm going to talk about real quick, and then I'm going to end this show.
All right. Good chatting with you, man.
Dude, thank you for spending the time. That was fun, right? We had moments of fun.
You got to make an engine brake sound in the next video. I'll send you a link with the sound from my truck. 700. Oh, you already got it.
So I got a couple sounds here, but I need to get like a sound board, which would be amazing. Of all the different things that could go, that'd be amazing. Phones ringing, people yelling, cars crashing,
Yep.
you know, hydraulics, you know, all that. That'd be great.
Well, could we have time for one more cool story from last week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I pick up this 1970 Chevy Chevelle from the dealership, like restored, and the guy sold it. So I'm filling out the bill of lading, and I see, you know, scratches underneath the paint, and I see Bondo underneath the paint, kind of at the rear pillar, roof, you know. So I mark all this stuff down. You know, the Russian motto is you got to make a porcupine out of the car on the bill of lading. Porcupine.
You've just stuck all over it. If you can find it in there, good luck.
Yeah. So that's what the Russians say. That's what the comrades say. You got to make a porcupine. So anyways, the dealer comes out to sign my bill of lading, and he sees the porcupine I drew. He was like, "What the hell is this?" I said, "Well, let me show you right here." He said, "This car is just freshly painted." I said, "I know, but the bodywork underneath was pretty bad. And you can see over here, either the roof was re-welded on or something, but you can see there's bodywork underneath there. You can see sanding marks, you know. You can see, and
Right.
I don't want the customer to say that I painted it and I damaged it and painted that spot or something." So sure enough,
Oh my.
he signs, who's kind of upset. Sure enough, on delivery, the guy puts the car in his garage. It was late at night. It was dark. Turns on his fluorescent lights. And by the time I got done putting BMW M5 back in my trailer, because you know, I had to take it out to get to this Chevelle. He says, I don't want this Chevelle. Take it back. I said, I can't load it up. I got other cars to pick up.
Take it back?
Yeah, he didn't want it. He didn't want it. So good thing I marked down all that body work and stuff. I was like, I know.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've already learned that lesson. Besides, you can see that, your customer saying, oh my God, did the transporter paint my car? Like, yeah, dude, exactly. I picked up your car, I painted it. Why not?
Yep.
Yeah, you never know what a resident's going to say. That's why I say residents like it's a, I don't know, like it's a species.
Comrade.
Right?
Soviet-Russian comrade.
Soviet-Russian comrade. Well, if I say that,
We could say that.
then they think, you know, I don't know. They think I'm working with Agent Mueller.
All right. Well, that's it for me, I guess.
Okay. Well, man, thank you for joining me.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the bears off your tail. And stay away from those Ukrainian girls, because they're nothing but trouble. But they're pretty good looking.
Those are wise words.
All right. Tight up.
Stay loaded, my friend.
Thanks.
All right, peace. Oh. Yeah, what are you going to do with these now? You get, these are placemats, which is kind of crazy. Oh, and this is something I got this on Facebook. That I guess lot lizards take com checks now. $50. Oh, that's hilarious. If you have any kind of business in the car hauling system, dealer, auction, and we're talking, you know, I realize Mannheim's not going to call Auto Transport Intel and be on the show. I get that. But if you are a repair shop, you know, you're local, you want to spread the word, you know, drivers, or maybe you're located off the interstate, you're Dallas, OKC, Wichita, somewhere where there's a lot of car haulers coming in and through, feel free to let me know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I'll have you on the show. And I love cigars. So, yeah, if you want to do me a favor and send me some cigars. I do have cigar magazines. I have like several cigar magazines I get. I don't have any cigars right now, but, if you need a tip on a, well then Patrick, you can just watch the beginning, man. That's awesome. And Janine, you do have a good night, okay? I know this show's been running along, but, man, there's so much happened in the last hour and a half. It's pretty cool. Hour and a quarter. We're at hour and 18 minutes. Rocky Patel, Romeo Julieta, Monte Cristo. Those are some of my favorites. So if you've got extras, I'll take them. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 11 in the can. I am, no, I don't want to move that. Doing my own switching here is a little hard, but you know, you get the drift. I'm doing it all. I'm the car hauling dispatcher, and this is Auto Transport Intel, and I want to thank you for joining me on a Tuesday night, spending time in the live chat, participating. I can't wait to hear about what happened with CarShipIO. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but the word is that there are vultures watching the show, and that something happened where I don't know. You know what I think? Our CarShipIO interview went so well. You guys got so much great information that maybe everybody doesn't like that. So, I don't know. What are you going to do about the competition other than beat the competition? That's right. That's right. Make your company number one. Work hard every day. Ignore the competition. Ignore the noise, and be the best you can be. Because that is what car hauling is really all about, right? Every day, get up, do the hard work, plan for the next day, and eventually you will arrive at your delivery location. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to exit. I will see you in a week. Thank you for joining Car Hauling Dispatcher. I'm Jay. I am Jay. Okay.